I think that we can safely say that Nicki Minaj has literally broken the internet with her interview with Erika Kirk at Turning Point USA America Fest over the past week that happened last weekend. Since she came out and stood on that stage and did this conversation, this interview, it has been dissected from the moment she and Erika walked out onto the stage until the end. Everything that she has talked about has been dissected. And so today I want to dissect it some more. And the reason I want to do this is because out here in these YouTube streets in the black feminist area, well, they're saying that, you know what, Erika Kirk has made a big mistake by bringing Nicki Minaj onto the stage because her husband, Charlie Kirk, did not approve of Nicki Minaj and the way that Nicki Minaj portrayed herself, especially being a role model to young black girls. So we're going to talk about it today. Welcome back to The Conservative Poet with me, Amania. So Nicki Minaj, once again, has broken the internet with this interview. And so I find it fascinating that the black feminist ladies out here, they're saying, well, Erika Kirk has been disobedient to her husband per se. Her husband, Charlie Kirk, did not support somebody like Nicki Minaj. And yes, I am 1000% on board. I'm in that boat with Charlie Kirk in saying that Nicki Minaj, as the musician and the artist that she has been over these last years, has not been a good role model for young women, for girls, especially black girls, because they look up to people like her, even though there's so many other role models that you can look up to. But she's the rapper, the Main Street thing, and so they look up to her. And what she has been spewing or putting out there is not anything that encourages women or encourages girls. And in my opinion, it's, they're talking about things that little girls shouldn't even be talking about. Young women shouldn't even be focused on. And so when you put these things out there in the space for young girls, they're going to go out there and practice and do these things. And which brings us into a lot of the things that we're seeing where young girls is getting themselves pregnant early on because the music is directing them to that. And so it is a conversation to be had that the music is toxic. And it doesn't benefit girls. It doesn't benefit anyone. In my opinion. And even though I don't listen to rap and I don't listen to these things, but when I was younger, yeah, I listened. I listened to, artists in that way. It wasn't as vulgar, in my opinion, as it is now, especially with the videos being so out there and everything being exposed. So I'm in the same boat with Charlie Kirk that this is not a good thing for women and girls. But I think in the same breath, you know what? I have that Charlie Kirk. I want to just play it real quick so that we can hear what he is saying is that there's been better role models back in the day. When you look at how the society was before, we had really good role models. And these rappers, people like Nicki Minaj, and her career has really been, more of a stain on the woman is in my opinion, than uplifting her. And so, and again, it hasn't been good for girls. But anyway, here is what Charlie Kirk had to say. I think I'm going to play the whole clip. He goes into a little bit about back in the day. He goes a little bit into about politics and politicians. I'm going to let it play. And because it's part of it and it's not very long. Okay.
Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on, I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about like glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly, I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but but by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for Black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? For example, more times than not, Black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old Black kid if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country. It creates a form of social conditioning of low expectations, and that's not my argument. You know whose argument that is? Barack Obama's.
I don't necessarily agree
Barack
with everything
Obama
he said
said.
either.
Barack Hussein Obama. So Charlie Kirk's point, and I actually the point that he was making about the politicians, we can flip that around. A 14-year-old girl looking at Nicki Minaj and saying, you know, they want to be like that. And when they look at Nicki Minaj and what she's doing is she's exposing everything about her body. She's exposing her vagina. She's exposing her breasts. She's exposing everything there is. Everything about the female is out there to be seen. And so are the girls in the videos. And again, this didn't start with Nicki Minaj, right? But we're having a conversation about her in this moment. But this has been going on for a very, very long time. And it's been going on in the rap sector with men too, with, you know, having the women there and insulting women, you know, the whole B's and hoes, B's and H's, you know, that whole thing. I mean, it's just been vulgar all around for women in this space. And so when women rappers are out here doing the same thing, bringing us down in the same way, yeah, it's not very good. So I say all this to say, maybe because as we see Nicki Minaj, she's doing a shift. And so for Erika Kirk to bring her on, so Erika Kirk is the new CEO. And so her husband trusted her, I guess, that if something happened to him, that she would take the reins, that she would continue the work. And so knowing her husband best, maybe she's seeing something in Nicki Minaj that is shifting. And so we are a forgiving people as Christians. And so if we're going to welcome you into the body to see what you can do. But we know that once you become into the body, you are a new thing, a new creature, a new creation. And so therefore you let go of the things of the past. So the kind of music that she used to make, I'm going to be looking to see a shift in that. The way she represent herself in her dressing, in her outfits, we're going to have to see a shift in that. The way she portray herself to the body, to Christ, to the people, we're going to have to see a shift in that. And so, and the way she speaks, we're going to have to see a shift in that. Because again, once you're with Christ, a new thing has happened. You can't say, you know, you're now fighting for the Christian cause and working for Jesus Christ in this way, but still out here shaking it like it's hot, dropping it like it's hot, exposing everything you got like it's hot, and putting it all on display like that. So you can't do that. You have to, there's a shift. And so maybe Erika Kirk is giving her grace in this moment to say, hey, she's been doing some work on the Christian front. She's been standing up for Christians. And maybe we can pull her into this culture that we have here to present her and say, hey, we can use her to shift the culture, to shift the mindset of the people, of the youth, of especially Black women, Black children, Black girls. We can use Nicki Minaj in this way to do a shifting, because she is shifting in this moment, and we can tap into that to bring that forefront to the culture. Now, Charlie Kirk is a smart guy. He was a smart person. And so maybe he would have seen that shift too, and maybe he would have brought her on. I'm not saying yes, but being that she is doing a new thing, maybe he would have given her grace and seen that she is looking to do something else and says, you know what? This is a good thing. Let us portray God's word. Let us portray God's way, and let us give her the platform in order for her to speak where she's at now. And maybe, just maybe, will be able to tap into a place that we could never go. And so I think, you know, he would have given her grace. So as far as Erika Kirk goes, I think that she's doing the best that she can with what she has. Now, I don't want to bring other aspects of what's going on with the investigation and how I believe that they have dropped the ball in that aspect of doing right by Charlie Kirk and really presenting to the public some of these questions that we need answers to. On that aspect, I'm not going to touch that here. But being that I think that we might be looking at her in this way where she brought on a personality like Nicki Minaj who could really influence in this movement, in the moment. She really carries a great weight with her followers, the Barbs, and these kinds of spaces. And Erika Kirk bringing her on could mean a great thing for the culture and the shift of the conversation, where somebody who used to be like her, it's like we're seeing where she used to be, we're seeing what she was, and we're seeing where God is taking her. So we could say, hey, you know what? God is using Nicki Minaj in this moment. If that's where we're at, and Erika Kirk has the platform to do so. So I'm with Erika Kirk in that aspect of platforming Nicki Minaj to bring forth a conversation that needs to be had. And so again, who knows why God had her be that kind of a musician in the beginning? Who knows why God had her be in those spaces to see what she's seen in Hollywood, to see what she's seen in these spaces? Who knows how God is going to use that experience of hers to take her into another level, maybe in the ministry, maybe in a different way. We don't know. We don't know the plans that God has for her. We don't know what the plans that God has for Erika Kirk. We don't know what the plans that God has for Charlie Kirk and his legacy. We do know that we have a God that always has a plan, and he will take your past and turn it into something good. He will take whatever you've done, your shame, and he will make it into something good. And so we're watching in real time as grace is being given to Nicki Minaj through the Turning Point USA and America Fest. And so the whole world is watching. Where is this going? Where is this going? Where is it going? We can just stay back and watch where it's going. So tell me what your thoughts are in the comments. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know, what do you think? Do you think God is shifting Nicki Minaj into this space? Do you think that Erika Kirk did a bad thing by bringing her on? Let me know in the comments. God bless you and keep you. Let's chat about it there. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to go to theorlandopatriot.com, buy a mug, buy a t-shirt, support the work, the ministry. Thank you very much. God bless you and keep you. And I will see you next time. Maybe later today. Who knows? God bless. Have a happy Sunday.